Welcome friends. Today we are going to discuss about industrial disputes. This is very important topic, and this one is inevitable concept in industrial relations. So we are going to discuss this topic in the form of MCQ. Let us see one by one. The first question is, who has coined the term industrial democracy? So before starting this one, let us see what is industrial democracy. Democracy, already we know that it's a form of government in which people have the authority to choose the government. Same way, industrial democracy is nothing but the involvement of employees in the running business or running organization or industry. That is, workers are treated as responsible partners of the enterprise, and they are allowed to participate in the decision making processes through different methods. So this is known as industrial democracy. Let us see this. Who has given this concept? First option is Karl Marx, second one Sidney and Beatrice Webb, third one is Peter Drucker, fourth one is John Dunlop. So which answer is right? Option B is the right answer. Sidney Beatrice Webb has coined the term industrial democracy. Next question is, model grievance procedure is given in the Industrial Disputes Act, Employee State Insurance Act, Industrial Employment Standing Orders Act, and Code of Discipline. Answer D. D option is the right answer, because model grievance procedure is given in the Code of Discipline nowadays in all the organization. Third question is, in which year Industrial Disputes Act came into operations? The options are 1947, 1949, 1953 and 1963. So obviously 1947 is the right answer. A option is right. Next question, which act took care of the industrial disputes before implementation of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947? The options are Trade Disputes Act 1929, Royal Commission on Labour 1934, Labour Management Relations Act 1947, none of the above. So before implementing the Industrial Disputes Act, the Trade Disputes Act 1929 handled all the disputes. So option A is the right answer. Next question. Industrial dispute is defined under Industrial Dispute Act 1947. So which section defines industrial dispute? So section 2K of Industrial Dispute Act 1947 defined industrial disputes, and option D is the right answer. What are the objective of Industrial Disputes Act? First one, to prevent illegal strike. Yeah, it may promote harmony, no? So it prevent illegal strike. First one, right? What about the B option? To promote measures of securing and preserving good relation between employers and employees. This is also right, because promoting the industrial harmony between employers and employees. Next one, to provide relief to workmen in the matters of layoff, retrenchment, wrongful dismissals, etc. So C optional is also right, because Industrial Disputes Act securing the workers in the adverse period of layoff, retrenchment, wrongful dismissal, etc. So three options are right. So all the above is the right answer. D option is right. Next question. The weapon of workman is what? So when the employees are facing trouble or facing challenges, they will take strike as a weapon. So A is the right answer. Strike are defined under which section? So section 2Q has defined strike under in Industrial Dispute Act 1947. B is the right answer. 2Q is the question is, how many % of workers' support is needed to call for a strike? So for call for a strike, some of the percent of the workers need to participate in that. So what are all the percentage? 10, 15, 20 and 25. So which percent? 15% is the right answer. So 15% of the workers' support is needed to call for a strike in any company. When employees resort to unauthorized strike in violation of the labor contract or agreement, it is called what? Pen down strike, tools down strike, sit in strike, wildcat strike. So here let us see the question first. It's given workers or employers are doing the strike without consent of their trade union, and it is an unofficial strike, and it create they violate the rules and regulations, everything. So here the wildcat strike is the right answer. So wildcat strike is the strike which one taken by the employees for not getting any permission from their trade union, and they violate some of the rules, and unauthorized, they are unofficially they are doing the work. So sorry, strike. Answer D is the right answer. Then next question, a specific form of protest organized with the intention to prevent or dissuade the non-striking employees from attending to their work during the strike period is what? Hunger strike, work to rule strike, picketing and sick out strike. Let us understand the question first. Question says that in a company, for example, in a company there are 100 employees, and some of the employees are ready to strike. Nearly 25 employees are ready to strike, whereas 75 employees are not ready to participate in the particular strike. So in this case, the 25 employees will prevent the workers, other workers, 75 workers, and they forced to participate in their strike, and they prevent from their employment. So that is known as picketing. So picketing is a specific form of protest organized with the intention to prevent to do the work or dissuade the non-striking employees from attending to their work during the strike period. So picketing is the right answer. Answer C. Another one, the strike organized to express solidarity with the striking employees in the same organization, industry or region is called what? Hunger strike, sympathy strike, tool down strike, none of the above. The answer is sympathy strike. So what does it mean? Actually, sympathy. The employees are doing such a strike, sympathy strike, for other employees who is suffering from for the action of the employer in the form of retrenchment or closure or any kind of injustice or labor unpractices, etc. So the other employees will do the strike for a employee or some of the employee who are all facing or troubling in their employment. Next one, lockout or defined under which section of Industrial Dispute Act 1947? So lockout 2(1), section 2(1) is the right answer. Another one, what are the causes of lockout? Actually, lockout usually done by the employer with the force of the politicians. Political disturbances affect a lot. So answer A is next one. First come last go and last come first go is the principle is used in what case? Layoff, closure, retrenchment, and dismissal. So, this retrenchment, while reducing the employees, the first come last go principle as well as last come first go principles is followed. Another one, reduction of labor force is called what? Termination, retrenchment, layoff, recruitment. Actually, recruitment is the hiring the employees, so it's not the right answer. Layoff is the temporary employment. Temporarily they stop the employment, and some period over 2 months or 3 months over, then the employee will come back to industry and they will do the work. So this is not the right answer. What about termination? Termination also not the right answer. Retrenchment is the right answer. So retrenchment means they have reduced the number of labor force because of many reasons. One of the main reason is structural changes, technological changes, etc. If the company is following labor intensive technique and the employer is ready to change into the capital intensive technique, automatically they will buy more machines and they will fix the skillful laborers. So a vast number of people or a vast number of employees lost their job. That is known as retrenchment. So retrenchment means reduction of labor force. Answer B is the right answer. Then retrenchment is defined under which section? Section 200 is the right answer. And dash of the Industrial Dispute Act lays down the procedure of the retrenchment. Section 25G of the Industrial Dispute Act lays down the procedure of the retrenchment. Next one. In case of retrenchment, worker is entitled to which month? How many months notice or notice pay in lieu of notice? Here options are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 2 months. 2 months notice they need to give to the workers. And next one, a situation where the management is unable to provide the employment. So you just underline the word unable to provide the employment by the employer due to non-availability of the work is known as layoff. B is the right answer. Then layoff are defined under which act? Section 2 KK. D is the right answer. Another one, what are the causes of layoff? So already we have discussed layoff. The employer cannot provide the employment opportunity to the workers for few weeks or few months because of many reasons. The reasons are shortage of coal, frequently power cut, and some of the raw materials not available. So these are all the causes for layoff. So in this question, A is the right answer. Shortage of coal is one of the cause of layoff. Which section deals with the prohibition of the layoff? 25M, section 25M, 25N, 25F and 25. So A is the right answer. So section 25M deals with the prohibition of layoffs. Next one. What is the penalty faced by an employer if he lays off or retrenches an employee without prior permission? So if the employer retrench or lay off an employee without getting permission from the proper government, the employer will have to face the consequences and will have to pay for the penalties too. So what are all the penalty? First option is imprisonment for up to a month and a fine up to 1,000 rupees. Second option is imprisonment for up to a month. Third option is fine up to 1,000 rupees. So the penalty is imprisonment for up to a month as well as 1,000 rupees. So everything B, C, everything, all the answers relevant to the above said question. So all the above is the right answer. Answer D is the right answer. Next question. Closure or defined under which act, which section? So closure means the employer permanently closed their employment, their enterprises. So that is known as closure. That one defined under the section 2cc of Industrial Dispute Act 1947. Next, the penalty for closing or closure an undertaking without prior notice. So for closure also, for closing the enterprises also, the employer needs to get permission from the appropriate government. So if not, the employer will have to face the consequences. The options are up to 6 months imprisonment, then up to 5,000 rupees as penalty, and both imprisonment and fine. So here the penalty of closing and undertaking without prior notice is both up to 6 month jail as well as 5,000 rupees fine. So all the above is the right answer. Next one. No person employed in public utility service shall go on strike in breach of contract within dash of giving such a notice. So 14 days, 6 weeks, 7 days, and none of the above. 6 weeks is the right answer. Next one. Which section covers the definition of continuous service? So section 25B, 25, 25A and 26. Here option A is the right answer, 25B. So section 25B covers the definition of continuous service. How much compensation does the workman deserve at the time of retrenchment? So equivalent to 15 days average pay, 6 months equivalent to 30 days average pay, none of the above. So the compensation is equivalent to 15 days average pay. Last one. Which section deals with compensation to workmen in case of transfer of undertaking? Section 25F, Section 25FF, Section 25 and Section E. B is the right answer. Section 25FF deals with the compensation to workmen in case of transfer of undertakings. Okay, that's all. Thank you. We will see in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.